Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. So I'm going to get straight into this. This is a big haul video. A couple of weeks ago I met up with a former video store manager. The business had closed down a year ago. They had a number of movies left that they had not been able to sell, and I was able to negotiate a deal on those, and so I'll show you what I got. First up, we've got the movie that introduced Iko Uwais, directed by Gareth Evans, Marantau. Billy Crudup and Samantha Morton in Jesus' Son. A British film, Skeletons, about a couple of travelling salesmen who clear out people's closets and expose their innermost secrets. A great action movie from Thailand, Fury. Sybil Danning in Reform School Girls. A Peruvian film put out by Film Movement, Made in USA. A film written by Ingmar Bergman but directed by Leif Ullmann, Faithless. A film Moulade from Ousmane Sembène, whose film Black Girl is in the Criterion Collection. A Canadian film, Victoria Day. A boyhood drama from Cleo Barnard, The Selfish Giant. Bob Rafelson's Blood and Wine with Jack Nicholson and Michael Caine and Jennifer Lopez. What's New, Pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry. Ken Loach's first movie, Looks and Smiles. A British movie here, The Living and the Dead, about sort of madness, and this one stars Roger Lloyd-Pack, who used to play Trigger in Only Fools and Horses. Melissa George in A Lonely Place to Die. Elijah Wood and John Cusack in a film called Grand Piano, and this one's written by Damien Chazelle. Drew Barrymore in The Amy Fisher Story. A Kino Lorber title, Mama's Man, directed by Azazel Jacobs. And Rise, directed by David LaChapelle. My Dinner with Hervé, starring Peter Dinklage and Jamie Dornan. Another Kino Lorber title, The Kindergarten Teacher, not the one with Maggie Gyllenhaal. Documentary here, Beyond the Edge, about Sir Edmund Hillary's climbing of Mount Everest. A great movie this, The Eagle Huntress. Another Kino Lorber title, and it was an Oscar nominee for Best Documentary Feature, Fire at Sea. And it's an Israeli film put out by Kino, or My Treasure, which won the Cannes Film Festival Best Debut Award. From the writer of City of God, Last Stop 174. And another film by Cleo Barnard, who did The Selfish Giant, The Arbor. A film from Olivier Assayas, Something in the Air. Olivier Assayas directed Carlos and Personal Shopper. A horror movie, Left Bank, with Matthias Schoenaerts. Dillinger. This was Lawrence Tierney's first starring role, and this DVD has a commentary from director John Milius. Film from Abel Ferrara, R. Xmas, starring Ice-T. Film here about young girls in prison, On the Outs. And a Spanish thriller, Take My Eyes. A mini-series, this is The Rhineman Exchange with Stephen Collins and Lauren Hutton, written by Robert Ludlum, who did the Bourne movies. An Olive Films title, The Hunter. British movie about growing up in a council flat, Ray and Liz. An Australian Oscar nominee, Tanner. Another Australian thriller, Two Hands, with Heath Ledger and Brian Brown. And a thriller from the director of Mediterraneo, I'm Not Scared. An apocalyptic survival thriller, The Survivalist. And In the Company of Men, directed by Neil LaBute. A Canadian romance, Elephant Shoes. And great movie, long time since I've seen this, Of Mice and Men, with John Malkovich and Gary Sinise. Michael Apted's Married in America 2. Michael Apted did the 7 Up series. A musician romance here, The Swell Season. And French film Le Petit Lieutenant with Natalie Baye. A Mexican drama that's in the vein of Roma, The Chambermaid. And an Indian drama about a prostitute wanting to seek education, The Tale of a Naughty Girl. A film from Francois Ozon, the director of Swimming Pool, In the House. And Nick Broomfield directs this long monologue with Spalding Gray, Monster in a Box. Spalding Gray had also been in a monologue movie called Swimming to Cambodia. Close Your Eyes with Goran Vinjic, which has him as a hypnotherapist who can see inside people's minds and gets involved in a search for a killer. This also stars Shirley Henderson. Come Play with Gillian Jacobs. Kino Lorber title, Down a Dark Stairwell. This is a documentary about a shooting in New York of an unarmed black man. One from director Jim Sheridan, Brothers, with Tobey Maguire and Jake Gyllenhaal and Natalie Portman. And Peter O'Toole with Doctor Who herself, Jodie Whittaker, in Venus. Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Matthew Good in The Lookout. And an all-star cast in 13 Conversations About One Thing. Film from Balthazar Kormákur, who went on to do films like Everest and Beast, The Sea. And a film from Mira Nair, The Reluctant Fundamentalist, with Riz Ahmed. Judy and Punch with Mia Wasikowska. And the documentary about love and creativity, Cutie and the Boxer. One from director Takashi Miike, The Way to Fight. And a slapstick comedy, The Fairy, that's inspired by the works of Keaton and Chaplin and Jacques Tati. Valentin, a Spanish movie about a precocious young boy. And a relationship drama, Lemming, that features Charlotte Rampling and Charlotte Gainsbourg. Another Kino Lorber title, Identifying Features, about a Mexican woman who loses her son near the US border. And an Argentinian thriller called Carancho, which stars Ricardo Duran, who was in The Secret in Their Eyes. The Pool, which is directed by Chris Smith, who did the movie American Movie, and this one's in the vein of Slumdog Millionaire. Marjo, which is about the actor Marjo Gordner, who found evangelism. Marjo Gordner was an actor who was in films such as Earthquake. Film here from director André Téchiné, Changing Times, with Catherine Deneuve and Gérard Depardieu. And a documentary here, Touch the Sound, which is about a deaf percussionist exploring music and sound. A film from director Patrice Leconte, My Best Friend, starring Daniel Auteuil. And Genesis, which is a documentary from the same team that did Microcosmos, all very miniature views of wildlife. Fantastic. Perhaps a bit more well-known, Steven Spielberg, The Sugarland Express with Goldie Hawn. And Tibetan monks enjoy football too, The Cup. And this one, Chuck, which stars Liev Schreiber as the boxer Chuck Wepner, who went up against Muhammad Ali, and Chuck was actually the inspiration for Rocky. The wonderful actress Jeanne Moreau in Plutarch. And then a political drama here, Don's Party, from director Bruce Beresford, who did films such as Breaker Morant and Driving Miss Daisy. The Police Tapes, this is a documentary with lots of footage about police activity in the South Bronx in 1976. Really enjoyed this one, The Peanut Butter Falcon, with Dakota Johnson and Shia LaBeouf. And Harvey Keitel here in Fingers, which was a film that later got remade as The Beat That My Heart Skipped. Kon-Tiki, which is the Oscar-winning drama about the explorer Thor Heyerdahl, who went across the Pacific in this makeshift raft. Lambert and Stamp, which is a documentary about the guys who stumbled across discovering The Who. And then finally this Oscar nominee film, The Man Who Sold His Skin. Alrighty, I just whizzed through those because that's obviously a lot of films to get through. I will be talking about some of those in later videos, no doubt. But yeah, thanks very much for joining me. I hope you're all doing well. Please comment if you know any of those movies, and if you've seen them, if you enjoy them, let me know any thoughts you have on them. Okay, all the best to you. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.